boys and girls and all of my non-binary friends. Let's get it. Today we have quite a fun stream, and this is something I haven't really talked about, but I really wanted. I mean, I've sort of mentioned that I want to work on UI, but I hadn't hinted at all about how I was going to do it because I had no idea how I was going to do it. Now, that being said, I have figured out the best way to do this. I was aware of ImGui's existence, and I used it for rendering debug UI, but I had no idea how powerful it was. I was not familiar with its game. I'll say that. So let me go ahead and plug my thing first. Um, is that plugged? Okay. There's all those. And one more. Let me plug my. I need to plug my last one, which is all the way over in Zigland. Let's go do that. Okay. And let's kick it. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Okay, I'm plugged everywhere. We're good. Here is the thing, friends and family. I was not familiar with ImGui's game. See, now when I think of ImGui, and I'm just gonna go ahead and show this really quickly. When I think of ImGui, uh, I think of where is it? ImGui. Okay, it's not in here. Okay, it's in our world scene. ImGui. Yes, yes. When I think of ImGui, right? I'll show you what I think of because I was not like I was taken aback about how good and how flexible ImGui. Like it just never dawned on me how flexible ImGui is, and so that's the. There's something wrong with this code. That's not connecting to anything. Okay, let's just show this ourselves and. But when I think of ImGui, I think of this debug. I think of debug UI. I always think of like menus. I think of like that stuff. And for the most part, I mean, yeah, that's what people use it for. A lot of people use ImGui for this sort of. And hold on, let me make sure I'm starting in. Oh, it's whatever. You can see what I'm working on. So I found a good font that I like. I found a good font that I really like. Two good fonts I like. And as you can see, I made this nice UI. It's a nice simple UI, but you can see the senior capstones. But I call it for now. I'll give it a name soon, but for now we're just gonna call it senior capstone. And it has all these nice buttons, and I haven't really designed the buttons yet. But if I click select level, this is what I think of when I think of ImGui. Is I think of this, sort of like stuff, right? So like local, it's like player dot teleport 500 500 whatever. Like haha, it's fun, all good and fun stuff. So this is what I think of. I think of collapsible menus. I think of like draggable menus. This is not true. This is not always true. Um, which surprised me because I was like, wait, what? What do you mean? Like ImGui is just this flexible that I can um ImGui can just flex this way. And yeah, I mean, it's it's uh it's it's good. It's really good. And so today I would like to just keep at it, looking at ImGui and seeing what all we can really accomplish. Uh, I am using binding, so I use jock's bindings. And I'm not sure whether or not jock like directly has a wrapper around it or what. It seems like some things are still like an opaque pointer, which means which just basically means that um sorry, words. Which basically just means that I can't really modify the things that I want to, like scaling or anything. But uh it's a good step. So now what I'd like to do is I'd like to make it where if I press a button, it'll render, right? So like okay, if we press this button, then it'll render. Now I don't know what the best way to trigger that is, but we'll figure this out. Because I would like this to kind of, instead of being this drop down menu, I would like to come up as a full menu. And so the first thing I want to do is I want to actually transition this to our UI library, because I've sort of started to bootstrap a little wrapper around what I'm doing. And so what this wrapper has, it's just a small wrapper, but it has some niceties. So like for example, we can align stuff, we can scale stuff relative to our window. Like if we want like our buttons and stuff, we want to scale it to our window, we can. We can't really scale our text that well, but like for here, for instance, we can align everything that we want to. And this is kind of what we want to do because we want a nice UI system. And we'll look into designing the backgrounds and stuff soon. But I think getting some amount of progress on this is what I really would like to focus on today. Now I've been working on this for the past 45 minutes to an hour, maybe a little bit more than that, trying to just kind of look through things and see what I want to do. And so realistically, realistically, I'm going to just be messing about with this because I have no idea what I'm doing here. Because I'd like to center some of this stuff. Like, it'd be really nice if we can center a lot of this. This, for example, I can just do a UI button right here. And that's fine. That works. And that should just center things. Now, there are window flags here that I can also use. Hello! We're working on our game. You can kind of see what we're working on. This is all built in using low-level stuff. And super nice. So we have a little nice option system here. All this stuff. It's very nice. And for the buttons, actually, we can say dot width scalar. We'll say our width scalar is going to be 0.9, and then our height scalar will be like 0.25, something like that. And then let's fix that for now. But what I need to do is I need to do the window flags really quickly, and I can just copy the window flags over from my main menu scene. So window flags equals right here. And this is like, again, I was not aware of the power of ImGui ImGui systems. So this is really fun because I thought I would have to design my own system, and I was like, this is gonna be tedious. It's gonna be buggy, error prone. But the fact that I can just use this declarative syntax, which is my biggest. I'm such a big fan of this sort of a declarative syntax of you like okay, if this button is clicked, you just have to do if UI dot like if dot button, right? Super nice. Like it's so nice. We're gonna put on a piano mix because I want to listen to some nice piano. Okay. So where should we start? I think first things first, we need to replace these window flags. We're just gonna try to basically use our window flags here, and we're gonna do the same thing where we just put it in the middle. So so self.content. Oh, let me hold on. So we're gonna say console window or size equals self.context.window.getSize, and then we will go ahead and just say our next window position is going to be window size dot get width float divided by 2, and window size dot get height float divided by 2. So that's gonna be that. And then our next window size, let's set it to like our window size dot get width divided by like 6 or something, and then our dot height is gonna be window size dot get height float divided by 2. I don't know. This is not hitting like I thought it would. What if we do like height programming mix? It's gonna give me some cringy things, but we're gonna look and see what this gives us. Energetic coding mix. Yeah, if you would guess it, yeah, it gave me a bunch of Daft Punk and Toby Fox, and that's not fun. I would like something a little less um targeted like that. Why are you just giving my playlist is just it's so funny. They're giving me okay, this is a little bit easier. Here we go. Nice Interstellar mix. Oh, hits. Um, and so this will put our stuff in the middle, and then right, didn't I do the same thing here? Let's see. Oh no. Oh no. I know what I did. I set the window size to half the window, and then the window pause. Yeah, to up and over. So realistically, that's what we're gonna want to do. So, um, so if we say our font size, I'm giving it a size. That thing? No, it's just two things. Okay, so if we do something like window size, um, width equals window size dot gets with float divided by we want space divided by 6, and then window size, and then our height is going to be window size dot get height float divided by 6. So this will give us this is kind of say, hey, we want it to be a sixth of the size of our window, which should be maybe I'll say fourth. Maybe we'll say fourth, or yeah. So what we can do is we can just go over here and say size.w here, and then over here do the same thing. And then for the window pause, we're gonna basically let's see. Let's think about this. Our window pause needs to be, I guess it'd be our size dot width divided by 2. Size dot height divided by 2. But it doesn't seem right though. Oh well, we're gonna full send it. Let's see what we have. So it should be a little bit, yeah. So it's here in the middle now. And it does need to be bigger. So let's do a third of the window. We can actually say, you know, let's say half. Let's say half. And then this will now be a fourth because we're moving it back by half of the thing. And yeah, let's once again. Tasty. Okay. Okay, that's something. Oh. Ah. Okay, this is something I have to sort of get right. So we need to do hi Burge. You aren't following me? That's crazy. That's crazy. Welcome back though. So we are gonna say size dot W yeah. I'm gonna say times 0.9. I as well. And we'll say size dot height is going to be times, let's say it's like half that, and then say like, let's see what this looks like. No, it's not gonna center it like I want, but that's better. That's so big though. I didn't realize how big I made that. So let's make this actually like 0.15, and then I'm gonna eventually have an abstraction here, because the way I abstracted, I did this abstraction with my buttons, where I can just put a scalar, like it's scaled directly to the window, like whatever the window is behind it, we can scale it to the window behind it, and that's nice because it gives us some amount of consistency and flexibility, then rather than having to calculate the pixels by ourselves, or say if we didn't calculate the pixels by ourselves, then alternatively it'd be something like doing what we're doing up here, which is like just like having our width and stuff specified and then multiplying it out by our thing every time. But by the way, in this case, this should be, let's say 0.9, and then our height should be actually like closer to 0.8. And this should fit kind of well ish. Yeah, that fits pretty well. It needs to be centered, which I can sort of do. I don't know though. Actually, I actually don't know what the best way to center this is. Um, I know I can do like set cursor X, but I don't know how to measure this specifically. Um, I guess it'd just be about the width actually. So we take our width and then yeah, we take our width and do that stuff. So we're gonna go to our button thing really quickly, and we're gonna basically copy this, and we're gonna do this, but for our input text, multi-line. And now this is label, and then our args. So in our button, we need to say, so we have our label, and then we need instead of our button options here, we need actually to specify. I'm actually gonna put it lower just so people kind of read it from top to bottom with like a little bit nicer look. So then we'll say const input text multi-line options, and that's gonna be a struct, and this will have some alignment to it, of course. Every one of these is gonna have an like allow for alignment, which is kind of our thing if we want to align everything mostly to the center. And then we need our buffer here, so it's gonna be a pointer to a U8. What else do we want here? Oh, okay. This one's actually it needs to be zeroed out. So we're gonna point it to our buffer, and then what else do we have here? Let's see. Not really much else, I don't think. It's just that, and yeah. So we're gonna copy this over. Go back to our UI.zig, and we're going to actually come down here. And realistically, all this stuff can sort of say the same. So, but in here it'll say like inputs width and input height. And then this will be our ops.buff, and then this will be this will go ahead and just be input width, and then this next thing 1 2 3 4 5 delete 5 words. Oh, delete 5 words. And this will go ahead and just be input height. Okay, that makes sense. And then this is just going to be for centering. This will be input width. And then now we can take our thing here and return like that, just in case they want to do anything with it. And I think that's all we need to do realistically. So we need to specify our label here. We need to make sure we pass our label. But I think that's really all we have to do. And this is sort of going to be the magic switch statement every time. It's just setting the cursor X. So, you know, we may have like we may add like a utility function for this, just to make it a little bit easier. Where's our? So yeah, so we'll say UI dot input text multi-line, and then we'll say width scalar. Delete 0.9 dot height scalar, and then now I come back here. Make sure I specify that though. Make sure it loads. Oh, time's out. Uh-oh. Awesome. Okay, we're just gonna navigate to our stuff, I guess. Oh, I don't have those in there actually. What's scalar? F32, and then we'll set to 1.0 by default, and then height scalar F32 equals 1.0, which I don't mind. There are people, I know that people have like this issue with abstractions and trying to abstract everything. And so when I was originally writing this, I created this menu system, and it was just so overly complex with how I had to do it. I was like, this just doesn't make sense. And for buttons, it was like, okay, well, if you want to actually like get the button stuff, you're gonna have to like, if I come up here, you're gonna have to add like a context, which is just gonna be a pointer, and then you have to have a run function, and it's just like nonsensical, and it looked bad. It just felt bad to use. And the ImGui one feels so much better to use. It's just so much better to use. And this should actually just be what we need. Um, what's your issue? No field name buff. It's called buff. Oh, tab UI. Input text multi-line options. That makes sense. Now, if I spell that right, it should work. And so this should center everything, and it should be scaled accordingly. And it is. So now I can like write this code like, and so what we'll actually do here now is we're gonna specify this width as, say point, oh gosh, 0.7, and then our height will be like 0.1, and then we'll say our width here is gonna be like 8 or something, and then yeah, make it a square. Let's see how this looks. I'm curious. It looks a little bit better. And we can add a menu bar to this, but now we can still do player.teleport 500, 500, and it's, we may pass a font to this, which would be just in this case it's just gonna actually just be doing something like get this, and then we have a font thing up here. So if I just take this and then we'll say if fonts, you know, easy peasy. And then we'll just put it below this. So say font, I'm GUI.fonts equals null. And so now in the world scene, we should go ahead and find, we need to find, okay, let's go back to our scene. Let's go to our main menu scene. Let's go ahead and load our monogram font, and we're gonna only load it to be, let's see. We're gonna say let's say code, let's say editor fonts, and just call this or no, I'm GUI font. Thank you. And so then now here we'll say the editor font, and then we'll load it. And in this case, we'll just make it like a 16-point font. Now this is going to be something that I might have to play around with as well, just because I need a little. I think I need a little bit more abstraction there at the least to make everything look nice, but I'm not too sure yet. So it's TBD thing to be discussed, to be seen realistically, to be determined. And let's call this code editor, and then actually I do want this to be kind of the same width, I think. It's maybe to be like a 0.9. And then make this like a 0.05. And then the next thing, what we want to do? We added the font, so we could do, yes, we could do like dot font equals self dot editor font, and that'll give us what we need. Now, I wish there was some better way to scale the font without having to load a new one, and there might be a way, but I'm not aware of it right now. Oh, what's it say? Can I modify a locked I'm font atlas between a new frame and end frame render? Ooh, that's fascinating. So that basically means that we're trying to modify the font when it loads, but it's already loaded. Ooh, so how do I do that? Oh, I guess maybe add font from memory. Oh. Um, let's think about this. I suppose, because I thought it'd be like, it wouldn't be font from memory. Now, what would that be though? What would that be? So let's look that up. Actually, I'm curious. We can actually switch this over to our browser, and we'll go ahead and say ImGui. Um, what's it? What it say? It said something. Cannot modify a locked font atlas. Which okay, my assumption is that because I want to do. Oh, huh. I'm curious. I don't. But how do we modify this stuff? I'm not. Huh. That's funny that this texture fails to upload. Um. Yeah, I get that. I guess I could grab it from. I would maybe have like a font manager or something that I would have to maybe pull from, and so we can initialize it once and then grab from it. I guess. I don't know. This is a. I don't know actually. Oh gosh. Yeah, data. Sure. Oh, add font. Oh, add font from memory TTF. By default, it transfers ownership of the data buffer to the font atlas, which will tend to free on destruction. This was to avoid an unnecessary copy and is perhaps not a good API. A future version will redesign it. If you want to keep ownership of the data and free it yourself, you need to clear the font data owned by Atlas. I see. Um. Okay, so that's fine and dandy, I suppose. But now I'm sort of again. It doesn't seem like someone had a the error was cannot modify a locked I'm font out atlas. Let's see. What's it say? Um. We can maybe pull a third font actually. I do want a good font for a code editor, and I thought that that'd be a nice one. But can I? So here's what we'll do. The best thing we can do here is maintain a a global font manager. Um, so in our main menu, we're gonna grab these, and we're just gonna have like a UI, maybe not UI.zig even. Um, let's see. So we do something like var. Let's see. Let's say first of all we do pub function load fonts, and then so it'd be var pberry font. Uh, ImGui.font, or just be ImGui.font equals undefined, and then the monogram font. It's fine. And then we just say this and this, and then that, that. And then we'll just put we'll have like a vote var loaded, a fonts loaded thing, and we'll say it equals false, and then we'll say if fonts loaded return, and then but the issue is I can't modify that stuff. I can't modify the sizing, which is Um, okay, this is silly though. This is so silly. Um, this is super silly because for the most part, we have this issue that we can't. Our font is just locked behind any opaque thing. So what do we do? I can't modify in any opaque like that. It's all these. So we're using ImGui, I suppose. Let's get font. I suppose I could just try to get the font. Now, would it index it from 0 onwards? I don't know. Why are you an opaque pointer? That's really stupid. That's really stupid. I don't like that at all. I I'm curious. I'm gonna check. I know I'm waving on the browser for a second. So let's go check ImGui. Okay, let's see. It's archived. That's gone. Great start. Actually, the best thing you can do here is actually just reference Jock and see what Jock pulls it from. Jock pulls it from. Uh, is it vendor? Vendor maybe? Yeah, it is vendor. Ah, I see. So this is the issue. Hmm. We're gonna say I'm GUI change font size dynamically. Oh, so yeah, I can do it between one frame and the next, but like, I guess I'm just not using it. I don't know. Do I have to wait? I suppose. I don't know how to wait for that frame though. We're gonna find out, I guess. So let's come back here. Number, merge mode, owned by Atlas. Realistically, I think it's the owned by Atlas thing that we need to maybe use. Because if we know and can properly just kind of get rid of our Atlas, or the Atlas automatically storing the stuff, we can just load multiple times. So I get why it's why sort of that's the issue, but it's sort of a pain, kind of a real big pain. And I don't think that anyone has run into that issue because Jock is still a sort of small framework, and so this is something that we have sort of. Maybe let's see. Let's check. Mm, bitmap font support. Let me see. Let's look this together. I suppose. And this is probably the same thing. It's probably just for the renderer. But the I'm GUI thing. Oh gosh. Switching to STL3 might be more feasible way to go. I would. There are some advantages to STL3. I'm sure of, but it's good. Okay, we're just gonna ignore this for now. Realistically, just it's probably better if we just ignore this and focus on something that we can control. So, it does make a bit of an issue. But if we load one instance And then how do I deallocate it if it's not managed by the Atlas? These are things we need to find out. Because if it's okay, so obviously if it's managed by an Atlas, so it's not owned by if it's not owned by an Atlas, how do you deinitialize it? Uh, okay. So okay, this is a fun issue actually. Because we were gonna run across this one time, and like we were gonna be like in the middle of maybe developing more and have run across this font issue. But realistically, I would like to just be able to scale these things on demand, and I don't know if I can really do that with the way I want to. Like the idea is there. Let's go look in the ua.zig. We have all this stuff, which is fine, but it's because when we click select level here, I'll demonstrate this. So when we click select level, what happens underneath the hood is that in our world scene, select level. Oh wait, wrong one. Main menu scene. Sorry. In our main menu scene, select level. In our main menu scene, we set up the next scene, and when we set up the next scene, we're basically saying, hey, go ahead and swap this out, so that you know for the next frame to render this next frame. Now the issue is that because we are using monogram inside of this, it's going to retain this. Though I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure how we can properly manage this without the font atlas. I'm kind of curious to. We can try some things. Let's try with config. Um, let's see. Oh gosh, font owned by Atlas equals false, and then we'll say null on the last thing. That's fine. Does this work? I wonder. Okay, I have to add all of those things. That's crazy. Okay, so I can't just specify okay one of these things, which makes it a little bit harder. Now that oh I guess I could oh wait, I guess I could font config.init and then just change that might work. So const monogram config equals so we'll say ImGui .io.font config, or is it just font config? Yes, it is. .init. So that gives us a config, and then now we'll say monogram config dot font owned by Atlas, and that's false. And then add file with config, and we'll say monogram config, and then no. And this will give us all of our defaults and stuff. You think cannot assign to a constant. Oh, yeah, I guess that would help if we were actually to maybe come back up here. If you actually say, hey, this is modifiable, I think I need to add a check step. Realistically, I think a check step would do wonders in this project. Okay, we're still getting the cannot modify a locked I'm fontless atlas between new frame and end frame render. So what does that say? What does that tell us? We're still trying to use monogram when the new frame is trying to switch in. When we're trying to switch in our world that also uses monogram extended, it's trying to switch in. Oh, I don't know the best way to, because I thought maybe like if the data wasn't owned by the atlas, then we'd be able to modify it or something, but just not the case. I don't think you can modify the internals of any um let's go do something. Let's go maybe look at um let's go look at ImGui's jocks not jock. Let's go look at ImGui's font thing. Uh with ImGui's font thing, if we look at the actual font struct, this may have this font info. Oh gosh. Okay, so I'm font atlas. That makes sense. We saw that already. Destroy fonts texture, sure. But where is because the font thing that it gives us is just an any opaque. Maybe it's the font info. That could make sense to me. That it's like specified as font info instead. Let's look at this. Pixel height. Maybe not. Oh, unless it's an any opaque because it's a. I don't know actually. I thought this would be just a regular font thing. I suppose not. Um, gosh, I guess well it is a true type font, and that's a free type, and I've never worked with fonts long enough to know free type and true type are free type and true type the same thing. I don't think they are. Ah, free type supports a number of font formats, including true type, type 1, and open type. Ah, okay. Understood. Okay, that's fine. So, in that case, we will just go ahead and come back here. I don't know why they don't define that though. It does make it a little bit difficult to modify the scaling because if I were to say like let's say ImGui modifies font size or change font size, it's like there's no set window font scale. I didn't see that in here. We can try that though. That might be something we have to do. But that seems so awful. You know what I mean? Like that seems just horrid. Um so let me go back to our world scene. So let's not actually load this. Instead, what we'll do is we'll say ImGui dot set window. Nope. The IO maybe that sets window fonts. It's a default font. It's a font's text ID. It says window font scale. Scale. Nope. Let's come back over here so you guys can see that a little bit better. It says what? So it does say. I that is the only thing I have had an issue with is the font size. Like it should just be set window font scale, and I'm just not seeing that in here. It says set window viewports, window collapsed, window focus. But nothing to specify. I'm GUI dot formats dot button dot text dot push font pop font get cursor stuff spacing fonts. Does it get font size? Um, but like I can't operate on that. I just can't operate on this font. Ugh, it's such a pain. Um, is like a get window. Get window size. Get window draw list. Window flags. This is just so there's some. This is like a missing layer. We're gonna have to just go ahead and search through some of these things and see what we can find. Can I see like this draw? Oh, g dot draw list shared data dot font size. Fonts are rasterized into bitmaps, so nice scaling isn't supported yet, which is why there's no push font size, pop font size. Wow, that sucks. That really sucks. I I don't know what they thought the issue. Current. See, I can't do this though. I can't. I just can't do that. I can't do that. um. I had a similar issue as I wanted each line of text to fill the width of its parent window. I have now sorted this, and here's my process: add default fonts of different sizes, and that says, "Hey, get the IO, pixel sizes, add a default font with this config, return that." Just wanted to mention that this hat still very much works. But a proper API would be nice. Maybe a simple push style, ImGui font scale would be enough. My workarounds. IO fonts to add. Yeah. Set window, but I can't use set window font scale. Ah. But we can load it at a higher quality, for sure, and then scale it down. I guess I could maybe like, I could probably add a. Here's what I'll do. So the best thing I think to do here, maybe I'm wrong here, and that's okay, is I want to load this at a good resolution. So first of all, let's go to our menu. Or let's move this. Let's move in our scenes. We're gonna go ahead and go to our go to these. This shows the issue of, well, actually, let's set these. Okay. Okay. We're gonna try something. I guess we're just gonna experiment. This is something I've never had to work with. I've never had to deal with this, and it's not an issue. I mean, well, it is, but let's do an external function. And it was called set window font scale. Font scale, and I'm assuming this is like gonna be like a scale F32, or would it be a C float? No, F32. And then we'll say, let's see, ImGui set window font scale. I don't know anything about this. Okay, let's see. It turns out that set window font scale seems to be a deprecated function. It looks like it's no longer to adjust scale per window. The author also gives a tutorial in the code stating what you should do to instead to achieve a scalable UI. Adjust io.font global scale if you want to set a scale on Windows. This is an old API. For correct scaling, prefer to reload font, rebuild imfont atlas, and call style.scale all sizes. So my issue is that I guess maybe I can load all of them at once. I could do that, maybe, because it wouldn't be used inside of a frame. Yeah. So we will just go back to our idea of using a font. It's like a font manager or something. So in this case, we'll say var fonts loaded, bool equals false. We'll say go ahead and go over here and go to our scenes menu. This, go to our UI. Oh no, not UI.zig. And then we'll copy these over and we'll say var pberry font equals imgui.io dot add font file. No, add font from file. And this is gonna be assets slash UI slash pberry underscore mono.ttf. And then the size of pixels will just be 36, like that says. And then actually I can't do this. This needs to be, it's not a thing. So what I'll do is I'll say undefined. I'll say imgui.font equals undefined. And then we'll say var monogram fonts. ImGui.fonts is undefined as well. And then here we'll say pub function load fonts. This may be, doesn't return an error so much, I guess. But I'll say eberry font equals, and then monogram font equals. Now here's where the thing gets interesting. So what we have to do now is we'll go place in here, place this. What we have to do here now is we have to add. So this is our body one. This is our, I guess our we'll call this button font, I guess, or main. Oh, I don't know, menu fonts, and then we'll call this like text font or something, maybe. And then we'll say if fonts loaded return, and then we'll say down here set the flag to true, and then we'll say
monogram menu fonts. Copy this, and then this one will be actually like a 18 or 16 something. Maybe 16. Oh shoot, 16. And this will be monogram text font. Um, and we'll make sure that in here we'll actually just get our fonts UI equals import. And then in our main or initialization anyway, we'll say UI.load fonts. And then this should be good. And then now what we can do is in our scenes, we actually don't have to reference, like we don't have to like to load these as we do this anymore. Delete these. We can just actually just reference them. So it's already in UI already. So well, that doesn't exist anymore. So we'll say UI dot pberry font. And then did I set the, yeah, I just set the default font. We'll do monogram menu fonts here, and then in our setup on our setup for our world scene, in our setup here, we're gonna set our new fonts to be our text fonts. I hope that's fine. I'm not sure if it's possible for me to like. It seems like I should be able to load. Oh well, let's see. pberry font is not marked pub. That's a good point. Pub. It's so weird to mark these as pub. And oh, select the editor font. Right. First of all, let's go to our world scene. It's gonna be UI. Let's just gonna discard that for now. And then in our main menu scene, we also have the reference UI here. We'll just again go discard that. And then the other thing I need to do is itself the editor font, which is just gonna be in our world scene, which is down here. And we can actually just remove this, which is nice. Which would be that. Let's see. Let's see if it's okay with me loading multiple variations. It is. Nice. So we can say var. It's a little slightly different now, but all works the same. And then let's set our height scale to be 0.8 still, I guess. Just so everything fits on the screen. Oh wait, it's just getting cut off now. Let's see. So I'll say 0.15 now. Realistically, we probably should make the button the same size as or make the button the same thing as the other one. No, now it's too big. Now it's too big. And maybe we should put some spacing between that, but it's fine. Nice. So now we can just do our local A equals 1, local B equals 2. Let's say local X equals 250, local Y equals 350. Player.teleport XY. Cool. Dub. Now this is not centered though. That is something I've noticed. It's not centered. Which is should we just divide by 2? We're just dividing the thing in half. There it goes. Nice. And now we might actually just go ahead and put our title bar back. So We'll just say code editor. That'll be fine, right? Yeah. I wonder if there's any way to center that though. Ooh, it also should be noted that this is part of the window size rather than get whatever the content is. So that's gonna be something we have to look out for. Because I do remember seeing something like, oh gosh, ImGui.get window content region min and max. Now I don't know what that all includes. I have no idea what it includes. Um, but I do remember seeing that issue. Oh my gosh, this entire time I've been on my browser. I have to stop. I have got to stop. Okay. But now we have this though, so it's nice. And we'll actually just go ahead and remove the window thing and maybe render our own. I'm not sure yet. This is nice. This looks good. Looks good. Or it's getting there at least. Obviously, if I get this bigger, as you can see, it'll be a little different. But scale's like right there. That's funny. That's really funny, actually. I wouldn't wonder. Let me check this. I don't think this condition one thing is going to be any. It's not going to change much, but I'm just curious what it does with respect to this. Oh, it does. No, that is the issue actually. Nice. So it draws it once and then it'll scale it if necessary. But then now this will redraw it, which is kind of what we want. It's getting there. It is getting there. Um, Now we can actually. Okay, let's see. I don't know anything about conditional. I guess maybe say like. Uh, Maybe we could do like I guess it's a good question. So there is some abstraction to be done here. Actually, there's a little bit of abstraction we can do here. But what we'll do is actually we'll say var show code screen show code editor. So that's a false. And then we'll say if self dot, or isn't there like an ImGui key press thing? Is key. Um, let's say like let's say dot C or something. Show code editor equals show code editor. Which this is gonna get crazy. Here. Let's see. Oh, and then I need to hold on. And then I need to say if show code editor. There's some abstraction to be done here, like I said. Like I'm thinking like Minecraft-esque, where it's like we have like an inventory that we manage, like or like a window that we manage, and then you can like only have one active window at a time. I think it's probably the best abstraction we can do. So now if you press C, you can see toggle it while we're pressing C or while we're holding C. Yeah. So, but that's not actually what we need. We don't need is key down. We need this key pressed. Key. I don't know what the best way to do this is. I could try to start rendering like a small amount of UI. I do need to focus. I think now that we have this sort of window stuff, um, for now that we have like this window stuff kind of sort of worked. I don't know, but there's no is key press though. Why is there no? Hold on. ZGY is key down. don't know why there's no key press one. I think I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, anyway, that there is something built in the jock. Really, I like that. Well, okay. Now, how do I do events properly? I suppose because we have this event system right here. Um. Hmm. hmm. I think first of all, maybe we pass this. So we'll have like in our scene, we'll have an event thing, a function event context any opaque, and then it'd be like a event jock event, I think it's called, and then const jock equals import jock, and then this would be an any error void like before. And we can just call it EV, I suppose. Okay. Do say self. Say try self dot event function event or self dot or context. This needs to be self and then self. Oh, I see why I did that. Okay, I see what I did before. And then now we have to go up here and make sure that we have a events in the same events. Or it should be like handle event. I'll say handle events. That's fine. I don't need to really go into more context besides that. Event function. And this will be an events, and this will be a jock.event. And then now down here, we'll say dot event function equals generated dot event. Cool. And that should be all we need actually, because we can just pass. Now we can say state.scene. Wait, can I get the scene? Current scene. Yes, there we go. And then we'll assume it exists, and then we'll say dot event. Oh, that's event there. And this also gives us the chance to move our world logic into our world scene, which is kind of necessary. So that's under, let's say under our draw. Pub function event self event jock dot event, and then say near void. And this will say now we'll go self characters, I think. No, it's not. Self dot world dot character feels like a thing. World. Yeah. This works. This works. Oh, where did I have the jock dot? Oh, right. Which oh no, oh yeah, that's right. Because I was doing ImGui is key down, and we'll say dot c, and we'll modify stuff more. No member or field. Oh, right. Because this needs to BD referenced like that. Oh, and then I have to obviously handle the error and the other thing. So we say try. But we do need to handle this, I think, maybe. Like we don't need to like that. No member or event function self events. Okay. Let's go back to our scene and see what's going on here. Hub function events. Hub function events. Oh, okay. No, I see the issue. I see the issue. Our world scene has one, but our main menu scene doesn't have one. Right. Sure. That makes sense. I should start reading the errors. At least a little bit. And so in here we'll say, and then go to our main menu scene, and then put this below here. We're getting really good at like our abstractions, so I feel like we're in a really good place for where we should be, which is nice. I've been hoping we can get to a place where I feel once we abstract enough, where we don't have to write so much code for like, everything. Obviously for C still, but now what we can do is we can say we need a key buffer, I think. And that should be an abstraction that it already has, but I don't think it does have it. I guess we'll say key up, I guess. We can just use key up actually. So let's switch on the event. Like an else here or something. The key event dot key, I think? Key code? Yeah. Key code. And we'll say dot the right. I think that's right. And then we'll just put like self.show code editor true or something like that. Is that right though? This key code thing? Yes, it is. Cool. Which, and then we'll say if self.show code editor. And then up here we actually have to add this now. So say show code editor, but it should be a little bit more. Man, I want this to be a little bit more flexible. That just feels like it's not flexible enough. But I forget. No field name C. Is there really not? Is there really not one called C? That'd be kind of funny. Where's our C? A B S D L. Oh my god, this guy accidentally renamed it SDL. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's so silly. I totally get that though. I totally get that. I do the same thing, honest to God. Is if I was like searching and replacing, I would do the same thing. So now we need to do something. We're gonna go to Jock. And we're gonna go to oh gosh, get fetch this upstream. And now let's go get branch or yeah, get branch main. Oh, get checkout main. And we already are up to date, so yeah. So now what we'll do here is we need to go to this is in IO. This oh, this is so funny. Where's the key code? Git commit fix. Uh, code. rename C back like C key back to what it should be. Oh yeah, sorry, you're right. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and we'll switch over to here, and we're just gonna go to our version of Jock, and we're gonna upstream this. I totally get this though. I do. I get it. Maybe I can Git blame this. Hold on. Let's see. GitHub.com/. Let's actually just look and see. We don't have to actually Git blame it, but my assumption. We'll find this key code. So it's STL equals. Oh, there's multiple. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, I'll probably just get. I didn't realize there's more. Okay, so here's what we'll do. We're actually just gonna go find STL equals. That should be C. STL equals. Okay. Cool. Git add dots. Git commit. Fix other replacement. And then now what we'll do is we're actually gonna get rebase I head. Watch this. Oh, well, we're gonna git push force. You can't stop me from rebasing. But now we can see kind of where this went wrong. So let's say SDL equals. So let's look at the git blame here. Oh my sweet god! Wowza! That's so many things. So now we'll go ahead and as a part of I forget how you reference commits. GitHub reference commit. It's just at or something. Oh no, it's cool. Part of the scan code and what's the other one called? Key code for the C character or replaced with SDL. This commit fixes that by putting those names back to their proper names. I think it's cool to like work on this so heavily. Like I think it's really nice to be able to like to make a difference in this because I enjoy using this library. It has a lot of niceties in it, and so yeah. So it's simple oversight. It happens. I get it. Dude, you don't have to bug me twice. I feel you. I feel you. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go into the key code here. key code, and I'm just gonna replace these in my current thing with an STL equals. What I think happens is that he tried to oops. No, first split left. I think it's just part of like refactoring, and there's like a thing called C dot, like with like referencing a C library. No biggie, no biggie. Still a great framework, Jack. Thank you for all of your help. You've been awesome. I wish I could do some more. You know, I wish I could like work on this like I don't know. What was I gonna do? I need to vert split this. This I don't know if I need this right now. I'm just gonna actually keep this one open. So let's do scenes, and then main menu. Take a little bit on this, and this should fix our issue. And now we can sort of toggle that now, which would be nice. Oh, oh, you know, it'd help if I was in my senior capstone project. I was like, wait, what? I didn't break something when I changed the names. No. Hey, what the hell, man? What the hell, man? Um, let's go to the world scene. Oh, you know that'd be why. We'll see how long it takes to get we'll see how long that takes for that to get merged back in. But um, see. Mm, that's a bit of a pain. I could also check like if you have a window open um escape. We should have like a window thing. So like let's do like let's have a window. Let's have a window that we attach this. So we'll call it just a window. And windows like this, and we'll say context const window equals a struct. And so window's gonna have the context here, which will be this, and then a draw. What we need to be able to draw this, and like an update thing too. So we need an update thing and a draw thing. So let's say updates, and we'll say, well, you know, we don't need this. We just need an update, which takes self, or let's say context self, I guess, and then or maybe say scene self. I don't know. Doesn't matter. And then can error out, and then the same thing here. It says it's draw like that. I guess we could do like a has decal thing, and then let it pass like that. That'd be cool. Like automatically wrap it, and then be able to like, you know, do cool stuff. And so instead of having to do like show code editor, we can just do like like render the current window if there's one, or menu or whatever. And I think Minecraft calls them windows, so we'll say window. But how can we? We'll do. is we'll say pub function init, and we'll say comp time t any type, and this will give us a window. And then this is going to have a draw function on it, which will just be, of course, our scene, or it's a constant pointer to our scene, which is ourself. And then it's just any arrow of wood. And the same thing with our updates. But actually put it before that because. And then we'll say if has decal updates or has decal the draw, we'll say it's going to be a compile error. It's a compile error, and we'll go ahead and say invalid window struct given, something like this, and then we'll return dot updates function equals t dots. Ooh, but what if it has some internal data it wants to manage? Ooh, that's something we have to kind of think about. We can say, so we'll say self any opaque, or say context any opaque, and then context any opaque, because we are gonna want it to be able to use itself. And then so let's say update is gonna be t dot updates, and then dot draw, and there's lots of kinks to work out here, so this is not even close to be done yet. But that's sort of this is sort of general gist, and then we also should provide a context. And yeah, let's just assume that it can sort of be initialized by say like dot context equals. But now here's the thing. We have no way to reference these types back as we want, and we're gonna want to. So we can say pub function window comp time t type return struct. We'll have our context with pointer to t. And then I guess it'll just be a t actually. And then our update function, which will just be draw function. Return a type. We're just in the hour 23. I'll probably take a small break to get something to drink after this. It's a window wrapper or something. A window. I don't know. Look at this for now. Like the comment is switch prong, which is down here. Let's go ahead and comment this up now. So now we'll say pub function init. We'll say pub function here. Say pub function draw, and that's gonna take a Cont okay, so we'll say it's okay. Well, actually, you have to do some like window at this, and then scene, which will be self. Actually, be pointer to self, and let's do update here, and then this will be able to be like this will say window dot context dot dates with scene, and then this will be the same thing but with like a draw. This will be like not scene. Let's say context, I guess, or we'll say world scene or SC, I guess is fine. See, we'll think about names for now for later, but like that. But then we have to sort of wrap that and manage the context too. Okay. Well, we're at an hour 26. I'm gonna take a small break so I can get a drink of water and yeah. So give me one moment and we'll be back. Okay, we're back. Let's kick it. Let's keep going, I suppose. So we left off with the window thing, which is not gonna be too hard, I don't think. Because realistically, it's creating this generic type and then wrapping it and having that composed into a better type. So we did a similar thing with our scene system, which is fun. So like this. So we'll do like a similar thing here. Um, I guess it'd be, let's see, console window equals struct. It's gonna have a pointer. So it's gonna have a current window pointer. So any opaque. And if it doesn't have this pub function in it, type um yeah, whatever. So we have this, and so when we did our scene, it was we have that. So we did like window pointer. Um, say window type, and then this will be window pointer info and window pointer info. The window pointer must be that, and then window pointer info. That's good. And then now we'll say if we don't have our update or draw, then now for our scene, I don't remember exactly. We did just generate it. It works. Sure. So we'll do the same thing here. So say we do need to use the utils and things. So say const utils import // utils.sig. And then this will be a window type. This will be a window type. This will be a window type. All of these are window types, except we just need update and draw. So this will be a window pointer, which assumes that we create this pointer outside, which is fine. That's fine. Especially if it's like created on. Yeah, that's fine. It's pretty fine. Woo! My goodness. And we don't really need this because we'll check and it'll yell at us if we don't have that stuff. Here we also did. Yeah, we did an update and a draw and stuff. Like this and like this, and then this is gonna be self window, and this will be self window. Except this is gonna also have it's also gonna have our scene, which is gonna be our self, and this will be scene, and same thing here. So it'll be scene self. Scene. Okay. So now this will do everything we want it to do, which is like aligning and casting, and then calling, and yada this, yada that. Our only job is to just create the window.
So easy peasy. Um, and to really to do that, we can just like have a pointer that we create and like window metadata and stuff. Should be fine. Um, that should be fine. And oh, actually, hold on. Yes, this is what I was gonna see. So I was like, that's something I'm missing. Yeah, clean and then self. Clean. So there's a nice little window interface we have. And then when we want to use the window, we'll say, um, goes null. So what we'll do. Oh, and that means we can also move our window stuff and like initialize like our input buffer and stuff separately. So that's cool. So now we can say, if self dot window, window, then we can do window dot update. And the same thing here. Draw. Let's try these, of course. And actually, this needs to be a pointer. So, or does it? Yes, it does. So we need to add the pointer from that, and then get the pointer from this one too. So yay! Now, if we want to do this, we can go like this, and we can do in the setup function we can maybe say like self.window equals window dot init, and then we could do like window metadata and have it be like a window metadata, and this will like allow us to create like so const window metadata. This is gonna be a struct, and it's gonna be a size alignment. I think that's fine. I don't let's check how we did the scene stuff. So the actual scene stuff. Where's our main stuff? Our scene metadata. Scene metadata. It's in our state. Do we have another state? I think we do. Oh yes, we do. And then our size, alignment, and then pointer. And so window pointer. So init, and it's gonna be comp time t type. Oh, I guess we could say like pointer t, and it's gonna give us a window metadata. Oh. Or actually, we could just take a comp like a pointer any type and then check if it's whatever. And then the idea though is that we'd have like a code editor window, and that'd be a struct, and then that would have it would have our input buffer, which would be a U8, and that or actually it'd be 1024 times 8 U8 equals U8 0 times 1024 times out. And then a function updates, which would have self code editor window, and then our scene, which we self, and then we actually probably also pass a draw, like a what's it called? Yeah, whatever. And then, and then we don't need to show the show code editor thing. We just say say pub function draw self code editor window scene self
void, and then our window size is here. And then we can just, here we can say equals self, equals C. No, not SEC. Set. There you go. And that'd be all we need, really. And then up here, we do want to pass the event thing too, though. That's probably just a really smart thing to do, is just pass events. So it'll be jock.event, and just pass our event here. Event. Event. And then this will be, oh, we need an update function, which will be a const function of any opaque. So any opaque, and then let's see, maybe self any error void. And same thing here with a draw function, and then one more, except this last one will be an event. And then in our event function, what we'll say is, hey, you know, we're just gonna, hey, can we have an event? Thank you. And it'll give us one. I'm actually just gonna say context. 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 Scene. Scene. Event. And then dot event function equals generated dot event. Cool. And then now we'll actually check this in our initialization here. Come in here. We'll say if and then we'll say return. Oh, we need do we pass an allocator here? I think we do. I think we do allocator as well. And so then what we do, so we say a pointer and an allocator. And so what we'll say now, we can say return. First of all, we can say allocator or var item equals, or how do I do this? Do we, okay, so the way we so the way we did it with our with previously, at least, was we had our allocator, or no, with our scene thing. What we did for our actual state is we said, okay, we have our size, we have our alignment, and we have our scene wrapper, our scene pointer. And so, okay, so we have a scene addition de-initialization system that'll say, hey, align this and cast this pointer, and then whatever allocator that it was allocated with, free it. Now, we could, it feels like we could do the inverse thing where we can allocate it as well, but I think it's probably not smart to do so for a few reasons. Mainly being one that's that we don't know if these created args have any items in them. But we can do, though. This is a great question, actually, because let's go back to our world scene. So we'll say we're going to take this deinitialization system from our scene system, and then instead we'll do window metadata. So window metadata, and then realistically we can just pass a pointer in here, and then that will give us all our stuff. So pub function init, and it'll say a pointer of any type, and that'll give us our window metadata. But does that require us to know our pointer? No. It's duck typing, so it'll be fine. But this will give us, say, hey, like that. We had a thing up here where we check, hey, what's the type of our window and all this stuff, and that's good. That's what we need. So we'll use the same thing down here, but instead we'll say pointer. Let's call it pointer. And so now we can say dot size equals size of window type. We'll say dot alignment equals align of window or no. How do we
convert? Do I need to like dot to isn't like hold on standard.mem.alignment alignment, and then we have our 2 byte units, right? And so we can say a line of or from byte units rather, sorry, from byte units, and we can say a line of our window type, and then our last thing here is our actual pointer, which is going to be our window pointer, which will be our pointer. That's fine. And I don't like using it often, but in this case, I am just gonna use the decal literal. I think it just makes sense to shorten it. So this gives us what we need. So we pass it a pointer. It'll grab all this stuff if it needs, whatever it needs. It'll create a thing of size and alignment, and then yeah, should be good. So it seems fun. And then okay, what do I do next? Well, now we can actually keep window metadata here if we need to. Goes null. And realistically, if one of these is if one of these is not null, the other one is. You know what we can do? We can just keep this as undefined, and then define it when necessary. And then yeah, so window.init. So we'll actually say self. Oh wait, here. Let's do pub function create window, and we'll say um we'll say I guess let's just here, let's start this way. So self.window metadata is going to be or equals window metadata.init. And so then we can say self, so we can say our code editor window, and we'll say self.context.allocator.create, and we'll say code editor window. So we'll try to create this, and that gives us a pointer. And then we can just pass this code editor window here. And then we'll pass this in here. So that's us creating the thing. Yeah. And then our window metadata doesn't really need anything else. And then I guess we do like a pub function set active window or something, and just allowed it to pass any type. And try this. Just self. And what you just have to do basically is, well, so if self.window window, and maybe we should like allow them to deinitialize, like right here, dnet, and then we'll say self.window.metadata.dnet, and then self. Oh, maybe like allocator. Allocator. Let's call it Allie. Just like my girlfriend. Active. DNet. Then that works, but like I said, we need to go back up here now and add a deinitialization function, or require that it's specified. Dnet function equals generated dot dnet, and in this case, it is just going to take here, call it dnet. It's just going to take our context. Try dnet, and then here, let's say dnet function. I'll erase all this stuff. Oh, we definitely don't want to format like that. And we can just now also do this. But for events, there's going to be EV. and then this will be jock.events, or just not a pointer, just jock.event, and then last but not least, we need to get rid of this. Is going to be our dinit, and dinit is just not going to take anything besides the window. So we should pass the EV here. So say pub function event, self code editor window, and say event jock.event. Self event, and then our deinitialization. So dinit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then like that. And that should be all we need, I think. So we'll say like that, and we'll say self.set active window. Self.context allocator, and say code editor window. That'll be it. And then now we can do window. Window. Yeah. Then our update here. And then we need to also grab this for our draw, or not draw, our events. Event, and that's going to be EV. And then where's our deinitialization thing? We have a deinitialization thing. We do right here. So say if we have a window here, we're going to make sure that we deinitialize that. Unit. And then from there, actually, we'll go ahead and say destroy. So we'll say destroy active window. And that'll be self. And we'll say if self.window, window, we'll say window.dinit. We'll say self.window metadata.dinit. And then I guess we can assume it to, we can assume the context to be the allocator to be the context allocator, but I don't know. Maybe just pass it along. I guess we could also keep track of what allocator they gave us in the window metadata. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll say ali standard.mem. So then we'll say that, and then we'll say ali standard.mem, the allocator. And then in here we'll say ali equals ali. And then we'll go here and we'll say this. And then because we have the allocator already that it gave us, we can just say self.ali. And then that also gives us the idea here. Self.destroy active window. And we don't need that anymore. So we can just do that's. And I'll say self.window equals null. Self.window metadata is undefined. Seems fine, I think. We haven't tried any of this out yet, so scary. So yeah. Allocator. See. I expect it to fail fast. Because I have no idea what. Oh, is it double building yet? No. Okay, it's like, what the heck? There's no way this works first time. There's just no way. Yeah, I was like, there's no way. Yes, active.dnets. Wait. First of all, that can't be errorable. This Windows just can't be, deinitializations can just never be error prone. What's the second thing? window.dnet. Oh, self. Okay, set active window. Set active window. I don't think any of these error actually. Destroy active window. No, these don't error. Um, no. This would be alley. There you go. That doesn't carry anything. That doesn't. Yeah. So this doesn't. This also doesn't have any errors. What do we got here? No context equals no field name context and scenes. $62. Oh shoot, that makes sense. Okay. And then draw function, self.draw function. Oh, this needs to be a event function first of all, and then this needs to be the init function. Copy paste is not going to save. It's just be a pain in my rear. Oh yeah, I need to fix that obviously. This will be self.input buff. Self.dnet. We have. Let me clear this out. Generate.dnets. Okay, generated.dnet. Okay, it's again. This still can't error out. Oh, okay. This needs to also end in a code editor window. Needs to still end in a 0. No field name scene pointer. Oh, wrapper many pointer. What is that? Wrapper. Shows me self dot window pointer. And then expected error union. Or self. Set active window. And then window.update. Window.update. Need to pass in self. And then for our draw, we need to pass in self. And then for our event, we pass that in. And we already know about deinitialization. Okay. Expected type. Okay. Oh, let's see. What's the here it is. Let me make sure this knows that ends in a thing. And say self.showcode editor. So we actually say if self.window by window events, and then we'll return here. And then we might just comment this out for now. Okay. Okay, that's fine. No field name states. Try self.state. Oh, right. Self.state.addQ. So this would be scene. Scene.state.addQ. Oh, and this needs to be input buff, not template buff. Let's see. So there's some finagling here, but oh, that's buff plus buff len plus 1 less is your input buffer properly 0 terminated. Could be. Um, how did I do the? What was the temp input buffer? What did I do with my temp input buffer? I don't remember actually. Let's say github.com/silver/senior capstone, and we're gonna go look at it. Let's look together. Let's see what we did. So for senior capstone, we have see our scenes, a world scene. We have this line, which is almost identical, I think, to the one I already had. I cannot lie. I'm pretty sure it's like almost identical. Um, let's check though. Let's check. Code editor window. um, yeah, yeah, that's pretty much the same thing. So, huh? It's zero terminated for sure. This is a fascinating bug I haven't come across. The text multi-line. That's fascinating. I have not run across this issue. I'm actually gonna say like 1 kilobyte anyway. But should I just do like that time +1? It is definitely properly zero terminated. What if I just do like a +1 here? I guess should be the issue, but no. This is a thing I have not ran into before. Oh wait. I wouldn't wonder is because we're not actually we haven't actually initialized it. So what if we did like actually I don't know. We can try this really quickly. And then what's code editor window? Where are you initialized? So what if we tried code editor window dot input buff equals like that? That's fixed. That's fascinating. I guess it's just it's non initialized memory. I guess. Weird. We can try even code editor window setup or something right here. So where's our code editor window? Um, yeah, I'll do like a setup function here. We'll say pub function setup self code editor window, and then we'll say self dot code editor window or self dot input buff. It's fascinating for sure. What's this song? This song is from Risk of Rain 2. I've never played that game. Well, 200 local B equals 500 player.teleport. AB. That works? Buddy, you're not that guy. You're not that guy. Okay. I wonder, hold on. Zig 0 initialize struct. Here we go. Let's check this. It's standard.mem.0 init. Okay, let's try that. So say, where's dot create dot create. So say standard.mem.0 init. Right. Let's say code editor window dot this equals 0 init. Let's try this. And then now maybe we don't need to set up function anymore. So we can just say like this. I'm just gonna get this. Should be fine. That should work. Oh, dot setup. Make sure we initialize that at least. Yeah, that's fine now. All that stuff works. Now what we'll do, instead of on setup, we'll say self here. And so we'll say on key up, because key up's what matters here. We're gonna switch the event.keycode. Again, we're gonna do else here. And then like that. And now we can do like this. And then now we can do again .c. And then we'll just actually, so yeah, we'll do something like .c. Let's say if, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it should automatically dispose of that stuff beforehand too. So this will be fine. Let's see. We'll say if maybe we can like keep a name of it too somehow, like track the name or something. Okay, we can say like dot escape equals self dot destroy active window. There you go. And that should be like some part enough. Okay. So right, unless it's wrong escape. What I guess I can try E instead or something. This C E. Not working. Why isn't that working? We'll try standard.debug that prints key press. let's say pressed C. Yeah, like that. And then like this and like this. Or pressed escape. Okay. This should just destroy the active window, but it's not. Let's see. C. Press C. Oh, it's just not capturing the thing anymore. Oh. Not capturing the thing anymore. That's an issue. So as soon as we press it, oh, right. Right. Let's say if um now we'll say up here. Because we'll say if it was handled or not is the thing. Say return false. Cool. And then we'll say cool. Return and then turn. And that's a bool. Oh, that's a bool. And then up here one more time in the event. So why it's not capturing is because we're in a window. It's not going to capture anything. Duh. So now we'll say, hey, if we capture it, then aha, aha. That's fine. Good. So we'll initialize that, and then we need to somehow keep the name open. Like maybe I could have a tag name or something. We can just kind of ignore it. That's fine too. Um, maybe yeah, maybe we somehow maybe in our metadata we store the name or something. I don't know. So what if we did like in here we say like window name and we'll call it just a const UA, and then our dot window name is going to be our tag name. No, name type name. Say window type. Cool. So it should embed that, and then um that's cool. And so now we can check. We can say web function is window open const empty type bool, and we can say so we say return self dot window or say return if self dot window or yeah, and then we'll say self dot window window dot metadata dot window name equals type name of t else false. Funny little function here. So maybe I have to do like, can I compare comp time strings? Sig compare. Let's check together. No, I don't really care about that. That's not what we want. Um, we can just do a mem equals. That's fine. So say standard.mem dot equal u8. This is not. This isn't compile. I don't think. Maybe it does. Cool. Now if I go to our .c equals, if self dot is window open code editor window, we'll say self dot destroy close the code editor window if it is already open. But yeah, that's good. That's pretty good. Which I think it's a fascinating function that we have. So if you press press C again. Haha! Look at that. Ah, banger. Okay. Uh, if which oh we should probably document this. Returns true if the window handle the function. Cool. This is cool. So now we have a simple little code editor window that we can just pass in, and realistically, we can just actually make a window thing. So if you make like a make directory source.window, we didn't pass it. We actually put it in UI too. So make sure you remove recurse dot slash source slash windows, and then we'll just put it in UI. So we'll say code editor window dot zig. Say const self equals this self, and then our scene in this case is going to be importing dot dot slash scenes slash world scene. Oh, I need to import ImGui. It goes import jock dot ImGui, and then oh, but that does present an issue. Now we need to actually have our own window flags for this. So if we go back to our world scene, window flags, give me those, and then go back to our source, go back to our UI, go to our code editor window. Now we can say this, and then UI needs to be imported too. So it's gonna be const UI equals import dot dot slash UI dot sig. Julio. So this needs to be now. This needs to be jock and const ImGui equals jock dot ImGui. Julio. Nice. So now if we go back here to our world scene, we need to move this stuff maybe. Just go ahead and move it. Just to be on the safe side. And we actually embed some of this stuff too. So say source UI window dot sig. What? Okay. So let's see. When moving things around, we just need to. I thought we could just be able to do this, but it's not letting me. So I'm just do like this. And then we go to here and say UI. Let's rename this now to window.zig. And then we'll go in here. Oh, it didn't set.
file type equals zig. That's fine. Set file type equals zig. Thank you. And so now we can just basically take all of this stuff out and unwrap it because we are already in the window. And so const self equals this. This is crazy. Okay. So we need to import a few things. So const jock. So we take jock, which is just going to be importing jock like this. And then we will go ahead and import ImGui by. Or do we need ImGui in this? Maybe not. No, we don't. We need standard in the standard library. I'm actually gonna put this at the top, just for posterity, or just to make it easier. So we'll do that. So const jock or standard equals import standard, and then okay, all that stuff's fun, and so we can say metadata here like this, and then this is gonna be metadata, and then this, instead of being a window, this will be self. And realistically, we could actually make a little helper function in a lot of these for like initialization or something that can automatically, like for a lot of our windows. So const utils import dot slash utils, yes. And then obviously we need to replace this with self. All the windows need to get replaced with self because we're going to make this a single file struct pretty much. Sort of. We have a nested one, but not really the issue here. So here's what we'll do. We'll come up here now. One more thing we need to do is import our scene. So realistically, we're only going to ever use our windows in our world scene. So we're just going to import our world scene here. So scenes, world scene, like that. And now we have to find all the places that we use self down here. Like this, and then we'll just say world scene, and then back here we'll say world scene one more time. Oh, actually, no, that's it. That's all I need to do. So now that's good. Now we can come back to our world scene, and our window, we need to import it now. We can get rid of utils. And so now we need to import our window, which is just going to be import UI or dot slash UI slash window.zig. And then our metadata is just going to be window dot metadata now instead of window metadata, which will make that a little bit easier. Oh, and then of course we need to have like this. Is that all we need to do? Oh, yes, we do need to import our code editor window now. So that's going to be code. We'll put it below this actually. So say const code editor window. And it's going to be importing. We're just going to basically import our other UI thing. And we're probably eventually going to move some of these things around. Just to make it easier. Let's see if this runs. You know, we did some moving around, so let's see what we have here. Oh, yes, I was kind of curious if I had marked that as pub. I didn't check at the time, but I should have. But cool. So this is all pub now. And so now we have 4 errors. Oh, right. In our update function, this needs to be a world scene. This needs to be a world scene. This needs to be world scene. This needs to be world scene. I think that's all of them. I think. We'll see. That's a good sign. It's a good sign. Taking a second. Okay, so here's our thing. Press C. We have a code editor window, but as you can see, we're not saying screw that. We handled that. So, so what we'll say here, the best thing we can say here for the code editor window to say, hey, are we like doing something or not? For the event, we'll say return ImGui is window focused dot any window. So this is basically just gonna say, hey, do we have a thing that is handling our window right now? If so, don't like allow them to move. So yeah.
Um, I think this can be a little bit more flexible. I think local A equals 100, local B equals 200, player.teleport, player.teleport, teleport A, B, go. And I can actually can come back up here. Now we can say 200, 200, and boom, now we're done there. And then now we can get out of that. And now we're stuck. Oh no, it's fine. Um, the question is, do we have a thing focused? I'll say, is item focused actually? Is item active? Is item focused? Is any item focused? This might work well. I don't know though. It's best not to let them move in general while that window's open, but he can see the background. Meow, meow, meow. Um, now here is the kicker. I can also instead. Actually, what if we return true on this? And then we don't have a reference to our scene here. That may be necessary. Let's say UI window. It didn't dawn on me that we might need the world scene there. That just like did not sit on my mind. So I need a scene here, and then we'll come up here and make sure that we pass the thing here. And even though they might not use it, it's gonna be useful. Like it's gonna be like for this situation specifically, it's nice to have an instance of world scene in our thing. We could technically pass our world scene via our context or via like making it and passing it as necessary. But it's fine. So now we're gonna do. Ooh, wait. If we do, where's our world scene? Right. So we'll do that, and then we'll say in our UI, in our code editor window, we'll say, is this window open? Question mark? Actually, that's gonna be a different name. Uh-oh. Unless, I don't know. This Minecraft music is so tough, by the way. Oh, right. Later. Oh wait, I need to actually switch on the scene. I can't just say hey. So say switch event. So say dot key up key event key event, and then we'll say if key event dot key code equals dot c. I don't know. I don't know if I like that though. I liked it being coupled. See if I can now go back to our UI here and just undo this. Realistically, we can just allow the user to pass whatever they want into their context. And so if they want that instance, they can have that instance. Yeah, that'd be fine.
for C, and then C.
Um, let's check something. Okay, we can always get rid of this now, by the way. We'll say source. We'll say UI. We'll say is text. Is this should make it where we can just click C. Oh, you know what I can do actually? Like I have a much easier thing here. Wait, do I though? Because my idea was just like, hey, if they have a window open, then like don't do anything. But I don't know if that's the best way to do that. What we could do instead, I guess, because I want to make sure that we can handle events even if Windows grab them, like even the window, even if like a window. Okay, this is tough because here's how it looks. We can press C, and that focuses that, and we can type in here, moves the character around, which is fine. But I thought maybe my assumption here, at the very least, was for our code editor window, is item focus would allow us to see, hey, we're working on something right now, but it doesn't say that. So, is I active? Is any item active? Let's try. We can try this. We can try the item activity function, but I thought that's see. It still can move. It still can move. Oh, no, I can't move. Now if I come out here. Okay, so that does work. That does work fine. Now, I don't like that though. I feel like any movement should be disabled if a menu's open. So if we did like instead like else, and then I don't. This is fine, I guess, for now. I don't know. Just steal this. I I don't I don't like this. I don't. I feel like it's a little bit hacky in the sense that like I don't know. It doesn't feel as good as the other solution. So it's maybe something that we revisit. I'm not sure the best way to do this. I don't know. I haven't done much UI stuff before, especially like this. So if we have this will kind of alleviate some of our issues. It'll be a lot more. Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry. Else. My fault, gang. My fault, gang. You're right. I should have. Why are you yelling? I gave you all your events. Oh, do I need to? Oh, I see. It wants me to handle all of the keys too, because that is how that works. Select level though. Now, so now if I go in here, you can see we have our nice little level. Click C. We have our code menu now. So local X equals 200, local Y equals 300, and then player dot teleport X plus Y, X plus Y. Boom. Nice. And then once we're ready to get out of here, C. And then it will pop it back. It'll pop back up. And then that, because it gets rid of, and while we're active in this, it's not going to do anything. But if we like stay outside of it, it'll allow us to do that. So this is the behavior that we want. This is kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking very Minecraft-esque of like inventory, for example. or or do they just use E as the default binding to close things back? I think they do. But I can also do escape here, and that works too. But we have this nice little. I do think this editor function is really cool. Like I think it's super nice to be able to say, hey, is our code editor window open? Because we kind of store that name, and it's an intern string, so it's not going to cost us any allocations. So it's be fine, be good. So this has been a good session. I think we got a lot done. I kind of was able to navigate around the UI, which is what I really wanted to do, was kind of get some UI handled. Now moving on from here, I think there's some things we can do to make this nicer. But for the most part, I'm really happy with what we have. I want to do some coloring on that, but that's fine. But we have a nice UI system that can kind of expand, and there's no memory leaks. You can see like in here in the console, there's no yelling about the memory, meaning that we properly cleaned up our memory, which is awesome. I like this. Feet introduce window system that allows us to dynamically create, draw, and update any window in the world scene. Push this. This has been a nice session. I had thought, I was thinking about this stuff, and I was like, okay, how much am I getting done today? Like in this instance, but like it was good. And I think us staying away from abstracting into structs for our UI is gonna be a blessing. I think having us just call, like for example, if I go to my source and I go to my UI here and I go to my code editor window, having it just draw ImGui stuff like this and then like wrapping the UI dot button when we need it will be a lot more handy in the future. We need to do some things. We have a few things we need to do, but we'll handle this for tomorrow, I think. And that's mainly like we need to start cleaning things up, make them look a little more polished. We need to add more gameplay features, gravity stuff, sounds. There's some things we have to do. I'm gonna write some stuff down and we'll kind of get back to it. It's scary though. There's some scary stuff. I'm like, I mean, we have like a month and a half or so. We have about a month and some change now. I present on the 28th, so scary, but we'll get it done. I trust us. Okay. Well, good stream today. We got a lot done. I'm proud of us. I think that there's a lot to improve here. And yeah. So thank you so much for hanging out. Whoever stopped by, I appreciate you coming and swinging and see what we're doing, because it's been a fun stream. And I'm trying to figure out the best way I can to make this more enticing. I don't know. Do I have to be more of a personality? I don't know. I like streaming this though for my own archival purposes, but I think there's also some merit in showing other people of how I work. So there's some nice things here, but we'll look at some other stuff and maybe some new techniques in the future. But I'm more focused on getting the project done than I am actually like capturing any viewers. It is cool when people drop by though, because I like seeing people look at my project, look at my project and like talk about it. I think it's a cool thing. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna stop yapping. Thank you so much for hanging out. Here's Modern C, bro. Thank you for the follow. Waste time specifying proceed to send. The print. Oh, sweet. This is interesting. Hold on. This is a fascinating thing. Let's look at this together before I go then. So I'm curious. Okay. I'm curious. Is this specifying that this has to be so two static elements? Okay, and then you pass the void function around to that, right? You're passing a little void function pointer. Fascinating. This is cool. I like plain C. But this is yeah, exactly. Yeah. Wait, time specifying permission presence in the wrong type. That's so funny. Oh my gosh, this is such a funny little script. But yeah, Zig has done a lot in terms of type information, and it's a blessing. Wowza, wowza. I actually can I run some, let me run some Godbolt really quickly. Let's see because I don't like. It's in Zig mode right now. Give me some. Let's do GCC. Clang. I guess I was actually it's not the compiler. I guess it's just the. Oh yeah, and there's the compiler. Okay. Let's see. Oh right, I need to. There's header stuff I need to implement, but wowza. Okay, so I need to include standard IO. I need to write some more C. I like writing C, but I don't write enough. I don't write enough of it. Is there any way I can run this though? I want to run this. Uh, Godbolt run C. I thought I could just run. I thought if I had a main on there, yeah, yeah. I guess maybe the export the root main. Hold on, let's see. Export function. Oh, it's extern. Yeah. Or hold on. Okay, I'm showing that my lack of ball knowledge. I'm being real. Do I just need to actually include? I'm trying to use Vim bindings in this. I'm silly. Now if I do like printf, does this work? Hold on. Hello world. I thought that would just that's all this compiler, but yeah, it's called the function. Yeah. Let me see this. But I thought that I was able to run this. I thought I was able to run Godbolt, but it's not. No, I don't want to save the code. Thank you though. I thought I could run this. Oh, oh, that'd be why. Hold on. Execute the code. Oh, let's see this. Okay, let's see this. Awesome. Okay, so pass Y, which Y is a pointer to it's taking a pointer, and then pass it's 10. That makes sense. What in the wild west? This is yeah. There's an output window. Well, I had to execute though. I had to actually execute the code. This is fascinating though. Wait, so if I like obviously widen this, I'm curious. Oh, right, because it's right trying to dereference that and it doesn't exist. Oh, that's funny. Okay, I understand now. Okay, it has to be at least two elements. You're passing only one element in here. Oh, what a joy. What a joyous little piece of code. I will say that. That is such a joyous piece of code. uh, but as long as I pass the second thing in here, it just doesn't even report that. It just doesn't care. It does not care that it actually is that happens. That's awesome. That's actually incredibly that feels on brand though. That does feel really on brand for yeah, specifications says if compiler vendors want to implement warnings, sure, but it's not. Wow, but that feels like something that should just exist. It doesn't. Hmm. It makes me really look at this and say, hey, you're requiring using the static keyword that this has at least two elements. Well, I guess the static keyword isn't that what it is? Said, yeah. Oh, okay, because right, static is never mind. Static, never mind. You're right. I'm misinterpreting the static, but yeah, at least two elements from this, with this type definition, and then, but I can modify this in here. So wait, could I? I could technically like dereference this and just like this is a good side quest. I don't mess around with too much. So it's 100, and then we'll printf. Um, let's say I'll just y1 equals d. Let's say y1. It's the easiest way to do this. Let's see what we have here. Oh, so C core. This is so C core. It's so awesome. Oh my god. This is my favorite thing. There's just no C is just the Wild West. It really is just the Wild West. Which like sure. You can declare it constant and it's just not gonna be constant. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a silly programming language. I love C. I mean the entirety of existence is sort of built on C. Well, technically assembly, but we know C rules the world. And it's instance C99 is what. Oh my god. This is so absurdist. I would have thought I wonder if they just don't care enough to do any type validation on this for some reason. It's just like if it's a paper hint, sure, like they can read it and say like it's kind of like in early versions of PHP, you could use these things called var docs, and var docs would be like or actually it was a var, this thing, the PHP doc, and then you have like a var tag, and you can say, hey, this variable is actually a string, but like it's not going to enforce that. It's just like a paper hint. So, but this as being a compiled language is obviously a lot different, and this is insanity. God bless Clang devs. God bless GCC devs. God bless anyone that touches the C programming language. The validations is used for optimizations. I'm wondering if it's actually hurting the compiler if you say it's static const. Oh, we can actually check that output. Hold on, let's check. Let's do like we can check what the output of the I don't know performance, but let's see if it produces the same. It should produce similar. Obviously, if I remove this, it should produce the same amount of. See, same pushes. Yep, I'm just moving. Moves, adds, call. It's the same output when optimization wise, but I don't know if it has that much of an effect on compilation. I think I'd be curious to see what internally, like in when you get into terms, when you get to the code gen and ASTs and these things. I mean, obviously, be more code gen and like you're actually doing some of these things. If this how much info this carries over, like because some people might just they might just ignore it realistically, like they might just not do anything, which is valid. Like I think it's they don't care enough to do anything, and that's fine. But yeah, wait, if I just remove the to 2 from this too, let me see, does it have any different optimizations? I wouldn't, this doesn't look like the stack has any optimizations. No, it's still the same thing. It's just setting up the function with the arguments and then calling printf with all this stuff. Yeah, it makes sense. Because I was looking mainly into this for when you pass functions, but yeah, you still have to be locked in. They don't help you. Yeah, that's I wasn't even aware you could pass static and const into this type definition. Like it makes sense that it makes sense to a degree, but I don't know what the actual use case for this would be besides to say, hey, don't modify these. Nobody does. I've never seen it used. Yeah, it feels almost useless. What an odd language. Actually, I'm curious if, because Clang probably doesn't do anything either. That's GCC, so let's check Clang. Slightly different. I don't think there's no difference in how it gets called up. Yeah, it's the same thing. So it's not even used. It really is just a paper hint saying, "Oh, Clang D is supposed to catch it." For function signature. So if I pass just 1 instead, it's gonna yell at me. Yeah, it is. I see. Hey, that's nice. Hey, that's good. Look at you, Clang. Look at you. Clang doing what Clang needs to do. That's awesome. But GCC just does not care. That's amazing. Let's see the GCC modern GCC. Nope, does not give a rat's ass. I check trunk on this. That's so cool. Yeah, it generates at least one warning, but it's now just like, oh, it doesn't even care, but it's still no care about the stat cons. It's just, hey, you indexed, like you only have a single element in here, and then yada this, yada that. That's cool. You know what? Shout out. I learned something today about C that I didn't think I would learn, and that's always a positive, I think. So 6:55. I have to get some food and wrap up here. Thank you for stopping by. Give me a second, actually. Anyways, thank you for stopping by. I'll stream more tomorrow. I appreciate all the support and for showing me. Thank you for showing me this random quinky dink. This will be in my VOD. All of my VODs are on my YouTube. If you want to kind of see what I've done, I was linked that really quickly. All of my VODs are here, and you can see that I have all my VODs posted. I can just pull it up really quickly. So this VOD will go up too. So thank you for hanging out.